Hi, lovely. Welcome to the Feel Love podcast. My name is Marta Justina, and I'm the host of this living space. Today, we're going to talk about love and the shame that seems to circulate around love, and in particular, the desire for love. To be in a relationship, to have friends, to feel connected, to feel like you belong. I've noticed that this has become a really big problem in our world over the past few years. And shockingly so, I noticed that it was birthed during a time when we were forced into isolation, and we all knew that that was very detrimental to our well-being. And yet, at the same time, there was still this lifestyle being perpetuated and glorified as being superior to others. And it was this like individualistic, self-isolation, loner kind of energy of always being by yourself and, not wanting anyone, not needing anyone, needing to be this independent person and being able to sustain and thrive entirely on your own. And yes, it's very important that you can be your own person, that you can be self-reliant, that you can be independent, and you can honor your values and act in accordingly with them and also with the goals that you want to achieve. However, what I'm seeing is there is a shift now happening in our society, which is really beautiful, but there is still this underlying worry that I feel about the desire for love being shameful and in making you less than. And this is particularly loud for men because men, if you're watching this, you guys have had to go through so much pressure in being macho and tough and independent and self-reliant in particular. Like out of, the human race, it is your half of it that really takes the beating of having to do everything alone, of not allowing yourself to rely on others, not allowing help, not asking for help, not showing vulnerability, not showing fear, and the fact that maybe you feel lost and confused or entirely disconnected from yourself, from your path, from life, from what to do. And I can imagine that as the leader that you want to be, and as a leader that your family needs you to be. And we're going to look here at the energetics of feminine and masculine energy and how the masculine energy is more of the leader. They're more aggressive. They're the ones who take action. They're the ones who make things happen, right? You want to be in the position where you can be the leader, where you are the provider, where your family can rely on you and they can trust that you're going to take them to where they want to be and that everything's going to be great in the end and that you're going to protect them and provide for them in the meantime. But in order to get there, you need to have love. And without love, real, true, healthy love, how can you possibly become the leader that you're meant to be, that you want to be? And for the women, how can you let in beautiful people, beautiful experiences without love? And yes, before we can actually attract the love of our lives and attract the situations and experiences and opportunities that we're hoping for, that are a reflection of our high self, we do have to fall in love with ourselves and meet all those shadow parts of us that have been neglected all those years, bring them to light, love them, alchemize them, and become that next best version of you through having integrated all of those missing pieces back into you as whole. Yes, but you are still allowed to need love. In fact, you're supposed to. It's a part of our DNA. It's who we are. It's in our nature to need each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there should be no shame around that. Shame is the most debilitating emotion you can feel. It serves absolutely no purpose. Guilt serves a purpose. It teaches you that something that you did has now led to consequences for yourself, for someone else, and it makes you want to change and do better next time. Anger tells you where you've been mistreated or maybe where someone else is being mistreated and where action needs to be taken and how. Sadness is showing us where love has lost and the importance of grieving and processing something that we're going through in order to let it go. But shame, it doesn't do anything but paralyze us. It makes us want to isolate. It makes us practice so much negative self-talk, and it hurts you. And out of all things to be shameful for, love does not even make the top 10, top 100. Nothing is worth feeling shame over because it doesn't lead to anything again. But love in particular, you're allowed to want love. You're allowed to be missing it. You're allowed to crave it. I'm sorry if you are, but you're allowed to if you are. And if you want to be in a relationship and you want to have your boo and you want to walk around town with your girl and take her out on dates and you want to have your boo where he opens the door for you and you feel like a princess, like whatever it is that you want in love, and the fact that you want love is okay. Now, you do need to look into the depths of yourself to make sure that the things that you want are actual reflection of your truest, deepest desires, those of your soul, as opposed to those of the ego, the parts of you that are wounded and are just trying to seek some sort of refuge, but don't actually receive any sort of fulfillment and nourishment after so-and-so is received. But the love that you seek and that you desire so much desires you too. And if you're embarrassed about being single, or embarrassed about wanting to be in a relationship, or embarrassed to show love, your childhood is going to give you so many answers as to why. And I invite you to be curious enough to explore them, understand them, and ideally heal them. If you've started that journey already, amazing. Keep going. If you're tired, I get it, and I'm sorry. But again, through this journey and all journeys, you're not alone in it. And maybe if right now romantic love hasn't found you, that's okay. But there is still an abundance of love available to you in the form of friendships, in the form of delicious meals being cooked for you by a complete stranger that has devoted their entire life's purpose to cooking for people as their career, to volunteering and spending time with family, or hobbies that make you feel like a kid again in the best way. There's love available to you through professionals, myself included, but so many more of every kind. So this talk, I know, was a bit more of a talk, less, informative and educational, but I just really wanted to highlight that you're allowed, that you are human, and you're allowed to feel like it, and you're allowed to want love, and you're allowed to know that when it's in your heart, when you can feel it, because it's being given to you so willingly, that you are the best version of you. Because you're not just being fulfilled from within, you're being fulfilled from without. It's not just a one-way street. It's beautiful. You're beautiful. And allow yourself to be human. And if any of your bros or friends or whoever makes fun of you, it has nothing to do with you. They have not yet gotten to a place where they know how to love and accept love and feel safe in it. Because maybe it's been so fleeting that the thought of having it just goes straight to the fear of losing it. Or maybe they've never had it in the first place. Either way, send them love and compassion, and always be a model for what love is. And if you ever forget, know that you can come right here, where I always welcome you to feel the love. Because you are the love. And I really do hope you feel like it. Wow. That'll be enough for me today. As always, today, forever, I hope you feel the love. I'll talk to you soon. Have a lovely day.